The KZN government is appealing to members of the public to vacate the KwaHlathi site. People there have been flocking to the area after reports that stones looking like diamonds were discovered in the village. The KZN Economic Development MEC, Ravi Pillay, joins me now to discuss this, having visited that area just a few days ago. MEC, good morning to you. Let me start with what our reporter was telling us just moments ago, that the community of KwaHlathi has a sense of ownership given the discovery of what they believe to be precious stones that could lift them out of poverty. Let me start with the question: what have you, as the government of KZN, specifically your Office of Economic Development, what have you done for that community in terms of jobs?
To your viewers, we were there as part of an intergovernmental team, that is the National Department of Mineral Resources and Energy, our provincial government represented myself, the district municipality, local municipality, and most importantly, the local Inkosi and the local ward councillors. Firstly, when we were reached there were about estimated 2,500 people working the fields, as your report had indicated. Not all of them are from the area locally. In fact, there were cars with Gauteng registrations, Free State registrations, and so on.
Sure.
And I think that would be an issue for the local community.
Yeah.
The area is a rural area without much development. The prima facie, the greatest potential would be for agriculture. Now, we went there with the Geoscience Council. The CEO himself was there, the Mintech, which is a research body on minerals, and the Diamonds and Precious Metals Regulator.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, mining is a highly regulated issue, and technically, and what is happening there at the moment is an unlawful activity.
Yeah.
But we were sensitive enough to understand the excitement of the community, the hope of the community. But I think the community accepted that we cannot just act on the basis of hope, but we need facts and science-based proof. So the team from DMR took away samples, also viewed some there, examined the site, took locations so geological and other studies can be made.
Yeah.
What we expect is within, although a maximum timeline of a month was put, we expect within a week to be able to have an announcement on what are those metal or stones that we've found, what characterization do we give it? Are they diamonds? Are they some other form of crystal?
Yeah.
And we expect that will be able to be announced fairly soon. Of course, depending on that announcement, that will trigger off next levels of preparation. But the team also committed to a broader geological study. They're unable to, with their resources, to study all parts of South Africa with the same intensity. And when their resources now are focused in here for this particular purpose, they committed to use the opportunity to do a wider geological study to see what opportunities there might be there.
Yeah. MEC, I take on board what you have just said to us, and I want to latch on to your words about the sense of hope that is in that community. Let's take the potential diamond issue. Let's park it on the side for the moment. I want to talk to you as the MEC of Economic Development. There's so much hope in that community right now. In terms of economic opportunities, what do you think that community can benefit right now with or without this potential issue of diamonds? You've mentioned agriculture. Is there potential for much more that can be done for that community to, I guess, keep this hope alive?
Absolutely, and that's why when I go back to my provincial cabinet, between COPTA and the Department of Agriculture, we'll have to have an integrated approach to it. You know, as he reported, I can confirm, in fact, there was one gentleman who was quite vociferous who said diamonds is number 3 on their list of priorities. The number 1 issue is the road, and the number 2 issue is water. So I think as a provincial government, we'll have a duty to respond to that, even if it's not possible to have a fully fledged water scheme, to look at alternative methods pending the rollout of the fully fledged water scheme. Boreholes and small dams, I think, are potential, which we'll have to look at as the Department of Agriculture. Of course, the Department of Agriculture has its own fully fledged program. It's called RACET, Radical Agrarian Socio-Economic Transformation Program, which seeks to give support in the form of seeds, in the form of mechanization, in the form of irrigation systems. And certainly we as economic development will work through what we call the economic cluster to generate a response to that. So I agree that the enthusiasm and hope of the community, irrespective of the outcome of the mineral investigation, must be channeled in a constructive and positive direction.
Yeah, let me see. Allow me to personalize this, if you will. During your visit there were reports that one gentleman took an empty can of beer and threw it at you to say that you have been sitting in your offices doing nothing for this community. But now that there is this glimmer of hope, which talks to the sense of ownership that these people have, you are now flocking to the area to basically, I guess, show face. What did that experience do for you, just in terms of that community and how strongly they feel about job opportunities that they simply do not have?
No, I disagree. There was actually ululations as we arrived. There was excitement that we were responding at the levels of all the governments that we were. I think they listened patiently. Yes, some of them would make comments now and again, but out of 3,500 people, I think you would have 1 or 2 who would have a different view.
So the beer can thing never happened?
No, there was a can that was thrown. I don't think it was thrown at me. It was just thrown. In fact, somebody else was speaking at the time, if I recall correctly. Or we hadn't even started. So I don't think that's indicative of the mood of the people at all. As I said, as all of each level of government spoke, people listened. Yes, they wanted more immediate responses, but again, immediately after the engagement, and as we walked through the entire field, without anybody troubling us. In fact, those with stones were keen to show it to us, to have the technical experts examine it. So I disagree with that assessment.
All right. MEC, 2 quick questions to you. As I wrap up, I'm going to lump them together. The first one is, I need you to give timelines, if you can, about when it is that you can revert to that community to tell them about what they've discovered, whether or not they are real diamonds. And if it is discovered that these are real diamonds, would that community have to be moved from that area? Because you spoke about how the mining area is a highly regulated environment.
Now, the mining operation is regulated, not the area.
Sorry, mining operation, sorry.
Operation would be regulated. I think we would be dependent on the National Department of Mineral Resources and Energy for their report. They would come in with their systems and processes and application of law. They made a public commitment that the process will take not more than a month. But
that's too long, MEC. Someone said...
No, I agree. I'm saying that we expect it to be much quicker. In fact, I personally expect it to be within a week to be able to give the outcome of the analysis of the stones that were taken for sample analysis.
All right. So you commit that you're going to have to push your national government counterpart to produce results quicker, because you'll agree that that is a potential COVID super spreader.
No, absolutely. Yes, it is open air and it's not deep mining. The deepest I saw was being dug was not more than half a meter. But nevertheless, people congregating and without in some instances, although they were spread across a fairly wide, probably 10-hectare space, with that large number, there were certain areas of congregation which would be in breach of the social distancing rules and, of course, the face mask usage. So we are concerned about that, yes.
All right. That's the KZN MEC of Economic Development, Ravi Pillay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.